And there we have it, boys. This is the first map, a political map from the game called Project Caesar, but everybody claims that this game is EU5. First, I'm just gonna break down the map, and then we will talk about if this is actually EU5 or it might be a different game. So, first thing first, as a person who played EU5 for like 5,000 hours, I can tell you this map is very, very good. It just feels right, you know? Like, I thought the map will be bad, but this is very important because the game that we're talking about, that we're gonna need to stare at map for like thousands of hours, because this is what EU4 for us or any other Paradox games. That's why EU5 should have a very good map, and when you take a look at here, oh boy, this is good. This is good. First thing I noticed here, when they were sharing the other Tinto Talks, I was like, the sea tiles were very disgusting, but like, now that I look at it, it looks perfect. Like, I really like the idea of sea tiles. It seems like a little bit scary because they have like a lot of sea tiles, but it is totally okay. And also, we had a lot of provinces. I was like so scared, like the stability and everything, like how are we going to be able to conquer all those provinces? But when you actually take a look at here, I think each one of them represent one provinces. So even though it looks like a one province, inside of this provinces there's maybe like 5-6 different sections. So that also saved my brain. I actually got it from Cyprus because I think like the previous map in Cyprus that was like 4 or 5 or maybe 6 provinces. So now that I look at the here, it is perfect. It looks so good. Okay, now we can actually talk about if this is EU5 or something like that. First, I'm gonna explain the details from the map, and then we'll take a look at the Tinto Talks. But let's just dive into the maps. So first of all, I don't know, it just comes to my mind, like all the colors of the countries are very, very similar with the ones that we have in EU4. For example, like the greenish Ottomans, the purple Phoenix, which is Byzantium Empire, Trabzon, which is exactly this color. I don't know the name of the color, to be honest. Cyprus is exactly the same color. Venetians and Mamluks, like all of them are exactly same. So that brings us to the question, like, this is EU5 because even the colors are actually same. Like here it's Jandar and here is Serbia and etc. So this is the first thing come to my mind. Like the map colors are same. Everything's points out this is EU5. But let's just take a look at the Tinto Talks 5, and I'm just gonna tell you one theory, which is a theory that you can see from the comments too, and I'm gonna explain why that could be true, why this could be called another game in a second. So in this dev diary, or I don't want to call it dev diary because Johan also said this is not a dev diary, so they were basically explaining how estates works. And I know most of the people don't like the idea of estates, but this is very real, guys. Like, because when you think about the time, at the time, like 1300s, 1400s, estates were the one who controls the country. Like, we all know that the idea of this game is to be realistic. And this is very realistic. I'm just going to give one example so that you guys understand. So, let's say you live in a village, okay? You're just a normal peasant, okay? So when you have a new baby, okay, you don't go to government, you don't pay any taxation, you just go to church or mosque, whatever you have, and then you talk to clergy, and then when there's a war, nobility will come and get you as a soldier, and the burghers are the one who controls the money, and like the peasants have no authority in any country. So this is very realistic, and I really like the UI. Like just take a look at this. Like, it really wants me to look at this goddamn map, okay? It's just like the privilege that we have, the equilibrium, like if they're happy or not, the amount of power that they have, everything is so important here. And also, Johan said, like, the country's estates are different and the province estates are different. For example, if there's a province, it has a different, like, for example, nobility is strong in one province. This actually was a thing in EU4 as well, but then they change it. So we're just going back to this. And now let me just tell you this lost quote from Johan. He says, next week we will talk about a few new concepts that are rather new to this game that have not been present in previous games. So this is absolutely saying that this is EU5. So I have no question, no doubt. But don't let that fool you, because Paradox kind of like the shenanigans. I think there is a possible chance that they call it a different game, such as, I don't know, this is just an assumption, like instead of saying Europa Universalis 5, they could just say, I don't know, like World Universalis. I'm just taking a guess, but here's the thing, because as we all know, Europa Universalis started as a game focused on Europe, but then later on we had like the whole map, like Japan, China, Indonesia, and all those places. Now I think they changed the idea of like, we're not gonna focus on Europe only, we're gonna focus on everywhere. And you also look at the pictures that they always share with us, it's always from the Anatolian Peninsula. And for me, to be honest, as a company as well, when I think about it, like instead of, if you call it EU5, probably new customers wouldn't buy EU4 because we have a better version, which is called EU5. But if you call it another name, then people will buy it. Both of them. They will also buy EU4, which is a completely perfect game, and also this game. So just think about it. I'm really curious about your ideas as well. I really support this dude here, and I will read every single comment that you have here. Till the next dev diary or next video, I'll see you there.